some exciting scenes from today's episode of Liberty's Kids.
Tories! They're going through the mail.
Then we must fix the mail system. If we can't trust the post, how are we to freely express ourselves?
This load of mail contains several important dispatches to General Washington. They must not fall into British hands.
Dearest Sarah, you wrote that you would send a letter to me every day, yet I have not received one in ages. I pray that you are well. I have not heard from your father either, but I know mail service to the Ohio frontier is non-existent. Now here is the message I most urgently wish you to receive. Please remain in Philadelphia. Now that war has broken out, that is the best way to ensure that our family will one day be happily and healthily reunited. Although I am comforted that your care is in the sure hands of Dr. Franklin. I do hope dearly to hear from you soon. Your loving mother.
Whoever said no news is good news wasn't in the newspaper game.
There must be something you could write about.
Maybe, but we haven't heard from any of our correspondents in 2 weeks.
Look what I found in the street!
Litter?
A letter! The postman must have dropped it.
Let me see.
You shouldn't read somebody else's mail. We have to deliver it to the rightful owner.
But we are the rightful owner. It's addressed to the Pennsylvania Gazette.
It's news, right? Am I right?
Oh boy, ask and ye shall receive. A report about British troop movements. The Redcoats are moving south from Boston.
Are you sure? Who sent it?
The Fox.
That's a strange name.
Could be a spy.
Or it could be code.
Who cares? We finally have a story, and I got it for us.
Maybe Henri's right. At least it's something. Come on, Moses. Let's dust off the printing press.
I'm looking for a Sarah Phillips.
We've got a Sarah Phillips.
Is she here? I'm carrying a letter for her.
Henri, go get Sarah.
Who do you think I am? Your assistant?
Yes.
I'll get Sarah.
You're a captain?
Captain Hodges, at your service.
And you're carrying the mail?
I'm on my way to rejoin General Washington's troops in Boston. I was entrusted with this letter during my trip to Fort Pittsburgh.
I bet that's from Sarah's father.
We have news, Captain. Big news. British troops are moving south from Boston.
That can't be true.
It's true. It's right here in this letter.
Do you know this Fox person?
No, but it's addressed to us. We're putting out a special edition of the Gazette to spread the word.
I wouldn't do that. Do you see this letter mark?
Looks like an F.
It is an F.
I don't understand. What does it mean?
It's code. There's a secret message hidden somewhere inside.
I don't see any secret message.
You can't see it. The real message is between the lines, written in invisible ink.
Invisible ink?
Both sides are using invisible ink. In case a letter is lost or captured, the Redcoats would like nothing more than for you to print this in your paper.
Why?
They want us to think they're moving south, so we'll be unprepared when they spring their real plan.
We almost fell for their trap.
You must be very careful about the mail. It can't be trusted. The British control it.
How does this invisible ink work? I mean, what good is a secret message if nobody can see it?
There's a special treatment. We'll need a man of science to help us.
I know just the man.
The letter F means fire. If it was marked with an A, I'd have to treat the letter with acid to make the invisible ink visible. Gather round. The invisible ink is a mixture of ferrous sulfate and water. The heat from the candle oxidizes the mixture and makes it possible to read what is written.
That's fantastic!
Very clever.
What does the secret message say?
Exactly opposite of what they wanted you to know. The British are not leaving Boston. It will be up to General Washington to force them out.
There you are.
Somebody wanted to see me?
Sarah Phillips?
Yes.
I've carried this a long way.
It's from my father. He's on the Ohio frontier. Oh, thank you.
Of course. And now I must be on my way. Be careful. All of you.
It's only the second letter I've gotten from him since I've been here.
What does he say?
When is he coming back?
Is he all right?
He doesn't say. And this letter is 2 months old, and I can't write him back to ask. There's no mail service to the frontier. And I can't even tell Mother I've heard from Father, because she isn't getting the letters I send her.
She's not. You write to her every day.
But they're not getting through.
Captain Hodges said the British control the mail. I'm going to investigate.
And I'm going to assistant investigate.
Tories! They're going through the mail. It's an offense, an outrage.
Ben, someone went through my mail. It's an offense, an outrage.
Fences can be mended, Mr. Adams.
My comments about Mr. Dickinson, as critical, even petty as they were never meant for publication. Whoever stole my letter printed it to humiliate me and drive a wedge between Massachusetts and Pennsylvania.
Here comes Mr. Dickinson now. Perhaps you can make peace with him.
Mr. Dickinson, may I have a word with you, please? He's as stubborn as I am.
Can you blame him, John? You called him a piddling genius.
Yes, in a private letter. Ben, we must fix the mail system. If we can't trust the post, how are we to freely express ourselves? The publication of my letter hurt our cause. It added a division in our ranks, just when it's most important for us to show unity of purpose.
Order, gentlemen, order!
A letter that I wrote to General James Warren was also intercepted.
Stolen is a better word.
Yes, stolen by the Tories and published in the Boston papers. A personal letter, mind you, full of blasphemous opinions and conspiratorial outbursts.
You must learn to control your temper.
I admit I have a defective character. However, Dr. Franklin, you designed the Colonial Postal Service at the request of the Crown. And now a man can't write a word without risking it appearing in print.
Order, gentlemen, order! Dr. Franklin, since you are the father of modern postal practices, I move you be appointed head of a committee to devise a new colonial postal service, independent of the British Crown. In the meantime, we mustn't use the royal postal system, unless you would be comfortable with King George himself reading what you've written.
In the meantime, we have to find a way to get this load of mail through to New York. We can't spare another soldier.
I'll take it.
That's very brave of you, James, but it could be dangerous.
I'll be careful.
You'll have to be more than careful.
Count on me, sir.
I'm going to have to do just that. This load of mail contains several important dispatches to General Washington. They must not fall into British hands.
I'm going too.
It's not safe.
But you're carrying a letter to my mother with news of Father. I want to see with my own eyes that it gets on the mail boat for London. Besides, I'm twice the rider you are.
You are not.
And two.
Are not.
Sarah, If our colonial army possessed an ounce of your pluck, we'd have nothing to fear.
We'll see who's twice the writer.
I want you both to follow Route 1, the postal road connecting Philadelphia to New York, which I established 20 years ago as Royal Postmaster General. I set up a series of milestones that will lead you to New York. The milestones are placed at regular intervals all the way to Boston. My postal system was a model of efficiency, but that was before our current troubles.
Shouldn't we have passed another milestone by now? Or two?
We're in New Jersey. Maybe they don't go this far.